everybody, welcome to this video. This is Jamie Pate. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, we got an unboxing today, and I think we're all fans of the unboxing, so let's get started with that. All right, here we go. Ta-da! All right, brand new white self-healing workspace mat. I am such a huge fan of self-healing mats. I love working on these surfaces. So we got the black one, we got the white one. Yes, I can be a little weird about things, so here's what I'm weird about. I work on a black surface sometimes, and sometimes I work on a white surface. I'm not working on a white surface right now. Anyway, I really love the black on the black. I don't mind the black on the white. It's no big deal. I don't know. The white is just clean and pristine, and it just looks good. So why else do I like a workspace mat? Like I mentioned already, I always work on these. So the cutting happens here, the gluing happens here, the spreading all the mess out happens here, and the grid marks are my friend. So let me just back up a minute. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I want to share with you that this, just like the black one, is 23 inches wide and it's 17 inches tall. It is awesome space for making and for creating and for crafting all the things. So you can see that there's 1-inch grid marks all the way horizontal, all the way vertical, and those are super useful. If you watch me on my channel here at all, you are accustomed to me actually utilizing these grid spaces. I use them quite a bit for different, whether I'm cutting, that's the most obvious thing, lining pages up. I don't know. I just use it for a matter of different reasons in my making. This space here is an A2 size, so that's great for card making. I've utilized that as well before. And then this large outer grid is a 12-inch grid for the traditional 12 by 12 scrapbookers. So great space, great size, great and useful grid marks. Like I kind of alluded to already, it is white. Kind of gives you, just kind of gives your workspace a little bit of a pop. I mean, if we're going to spend time there, if we're going to make the things, if we're going to buy the supplies to make the things, we might as well have a lovely space to work on. So the white is really pretty for that. And I think here's a little theory I have. I'm just going to throw this out there, that if you have a really nice designated space for your making, then you are going to be kind of quick to want to clean it up when you're all done. And speaking of cleaning up, so I've had this black mat, I don't know, about a year or so. I cut on it all the time. Now, while I can kind of feel some of the cut marks, I can't see them. And I haven't tried this one out yet. But just so you know, it cleans beautifully. I will use everything from a glass cleaner to a hand sanitizer. Now, as you'll see in a moment, where this came from, I actually got a little bit of black ink on the surface of this before I videoed it, and I used hand sanitizer to pull that up with my craft cloth, and it came up beautifully. I was really impressed by that. So I do clean it because it does get glue, it gets ink, it gets adhesive, it gets paint, it gets all the things, but it cleans up beautifully. Just a really great reason for this mat. It's double-sided. Yeah, I know. Everything's double-sided. Well, this is double-sided just like the black one in that... Oh, wait. Let's clean that off a little bit. We've already been using this a little bit. It's just a solid white. So if you don't need a grid, maybe you do your own recording, overhead recording, and you just want a white surface, this one's here for you, and I love that too. It's super durable. Like I said, I've used my black one for, I'm pretty sure, well over a year. So I know it lasts and it stands, and I don't feel like now it's time to throw it out. And it's cleaned up so well, I don't feel like it's wearing too badly at all. And then the fact that it also is recycled materials that have made this, I love that too. We try to use and reuse here on this channel already. And so to have a workspace mat that's also made of recycled material is just so awesome. It's a ScrapbookCom exclusive. Did I say that at the beginning? Because I'm not sure I did. This is a ScrapbookCom haul in case I missed that very important information. And so this is an exclusive of theirs. You can only find it at ScrapbookCom. Oh, and on my Workspace. All right, a couple more things. Brand new dies are in the house. Love me a die. We love dies. I mean, we love dies. We love to be able to cut stuff up. So we got Let's Eat Cake and Birthday Wishes here. I am a big fan of having the option of a background or just the letters and words themselves. Huge fan of that. So cake would be its own letters. Wishes could be its own letters. The Let's Eat and the birthday, it's all this funky, lovely font. And this is not too different here. This one's Let's Celebrate. And so with this one, you have Happy Birthday and Let's Celebrate. That was pretty self-explanatory now, wasn't it? Then you have Hip Hip Hooray. Can you feel a celebratory mood here? Oh, and there's a Happy Easter there if you're still maybe scrapbooking your Easter memories. This isn't for cards only. Here in this channel, we are equal opportunity makers. We make cards, we make scrapbook pages, we make tags, we make it all. So if I say card, you know, I mean it all. I mean it all. Now, this was a feature product at ScrapbookCom a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have it yet. I am so excited to play with these little bags, which also, by the way, did anyone say birthday? Fits gift cards as well. How fun is that? We might end up playing with this one here at the end of the show. Okay, then we have You're So Sweet. Okay, what's the thing about You're So Sweet? Wait, I'll show you. Okay, the thing about You're So Sweet shapes and dies is the fact that there's a You're So Sweet stamp set. So you have an opportunity, if you're liking all this fruit motif that is super on trend right now, you can also cut those shapes up. You also have these guys, which we like to cut up our spaces for our sentiments quite a bit too. So you're able to do that as well. And then you have the You're So Sweet that can be cut out as well with this die here. So I don't know, you might want this one on your own. I highly suggest that you pick it up if you're interested with the You're So Sweet, so these guys can have fun playing together. Then we have Sunshine Blooms. Okay, what's the big deal about Sunshine Blooms, you ask? Well, here's the big deal. There's also the Sunshine Blooms stamp set. You see me kind of play with this already a little bit. I've had actually a lot of fun, even some art journal. This stamp set has found its way in art journal. Actually, here's something I did very recently. Remember, does anyone follow me on Facebook? And I just shared all these backgrounds. Well, this is one of the backgrounds I made also, and we can now cut it out because we have that die set right there. But I was just having fun with it on a surface. It's a beautiful leaf motif. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Sunshine Blooms. Sunshine Blooms dies are brand new in the studio. All right, the next thing that is part of the ScrapbookCom haul are brand new Luster brush markers. So Luster brush marker, that's an interesting name, right? So these are like the glitter brushes where they have a nylon tip brush to them. Okay. These in particular have the ability to be used for thick lines, for thin lines, for even some delicate accents. And I'm going to share some of that with you in a moment here. Pretty versatile for different things that you might be doing at your workspace. Acid-free, we don't talk about acid-free too much, do we? These particular pins now are coming with the names on them, so that's really cool. I like to be able to just know what I'm grabbing and be a little bit more intentional about that. The fun thing about these particular pens is that you can apply them to a waterproof ink. They can kind of sit on top of a waterproof ink. I'll show you what I mean, because I even actually did it on a water reactive ink, and it was pretty cool. They can be applied on top of paint, stamped images. You can use them for brush lettering. Now, before we get past and into some little ideas to be using these particular pens, I wanted to share with you how it is that you can go about getting your pen ready to actually use. So one of the things you want to do is you just give the marker a good shake to just mix up the contents. You'll completely feel that happening. All right. And then you're going to unscrew the end here from the rest of the marker. And then you're going to see that neon yellow ring there. Yeah, we want to get rid of that. It slips right off. It's super, super simple what it does. And then at that point, you're just going to screw this back in. You're going to make sure it gets screwed in tightly. And as you're twisting it, you can kind of feel it get into place. So be sure you are looking for that. And then you're just going to gently rather. Don't do it quickly. I mean, you could do it quickly, but I don't suggest quickly. There's instructions here on the barrel to push, and that's where you're going to be inking the actual brush tip of this marker. I had a little go at adding some fun details. I had stamped this from the Sunshine Blooms with, actually there's 2 layers of oxide distress on here. And then I just went in here and it's almost like invisible ink. You can't see the details at first, but as it dries, you get those little dots all over. And I thought that was so fun. It just created some whimsy. I can see us doing this in our, regular makes, whether we're making cards or tags or something for our scrapbook, but it'd be really fun in art journaling too, to be able to come in with a white pen and add some detail marks. You can see this is coming up here. This one here has got, I had a lot of ink on the brush itself and it left almost like a raised dot. So this is a pen to have fun with, that's for sure. I was delighted. Now with the black luster pen, I can see myself maybe doing a little bit of brush lettering with this and just having some fun with the brush part of it. The brush is pretty long, so that might take a little bit of getting used to. I think it'd be really fun for just maybe adding some little details, maybe again to some stamped elements or over some painted leaves. I mean, sky's the limit. I really am liking adding splatters because I'm a splatter girl, and the idea of just being able to pull out this pen to add some splatters to a project, that's super happy for me. So I think this is definitely a pen worth grabbing and having in your stash and putting it to work and just maybe kind of challenging yourself to some doodles, to some details, maybe to a little bit of brush lettering, and just have fun. Okay, so I want to share something with you from the market bag. So this is a mini album that Obed showed us in the SBC Fest 2024. So I just kind of started. It's cute book, hardback. He's got all the details. So if you want to know how to do that, I'll link that below. I just love this idea for making like a mini kind of folio for a birthday. So he shares a bunch of pockets in here. I'm going to play with the market bag with this, but first I went ahead and die cut from the Let's Celebrate die set, and I wanted to make this I wanted to use the negative. That's what I want to say. So as I take off the mint tape from here, because I wanted to make sure I had these 2 words placed together in an intentional place. That's what was going on here. And then as I take it off, obviously we have the, can we get it out? If we get it out, we have it. We have this word, celebrate, super cute. And then we have the where'd let's go? Let's got left on the magic mat. So let's are separate letters, and it still works to create a banner with it, right? So what I mean by banner is I'm going to come in here with my scissors and just V-notch. I'm obsessed by V-notching. It's a real thing in my life, but I think it just can create really cute, festive kind of banners. So got a little thing there. We're going to trim that off. All right. So then you have this like, let's celebrate. Going to come under here with, I might trim just a little bit of this off. So this is about 1.5 inches. It's a 1.5 inch strip of the Roses paper pad paper. And I just thought this paper looked really fun with the market bloom that I'm using here. So I've grabbed the 3mm squares to pop this up. Just going to put a couple of these in just various places because we don't want our little negative banner here to droop. And so you'll see what I mean here when we get it into place. And then that market bag. You know, it's really interesting because it never fails. I think that's the interesting part. Is like, this never fails me. it's so important, whether it's stamps, but right now let's talk about dies. It's so important to just cut your dies out and see what they look like. It's one thing to look at a die and say, oh yeah, that's kind of cute. And then you cut it out and you're like, oh my word, how adorable is that? That's really how I feel about it. And I just want to reiterate and share that. So now I am going to, this is all very, there's actually 2 different score lines. So we can make this a little bit smaller, or we could give it a little bit more room depending on how we fold that. I'm going with the smallest shape here, and because I like how it fits on the pocket that I already had in place, I think that's kind of fun. And then 1/8 tape is our friend here. 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive tape is our friend because it's nice and skinny. It's going to fit right on there. But I'm okay. But can we just have a moment again for this? Oh, yes, the angels are singing. Yes, the angels sing over beautiful paper and beautiful shapes. Okay, I'm having a little fight here with my tape. So let me show the tape here. Who's in charge? And we'll get back to this. There we go. Here we go. She says that, and she's still not ready. Okay, so you know the routine on that. Just adding double-sided adhesive to the back of our pocket. I call it a pocket. It's a bag. It's a bag. It's a market bag, Jamie. Yes, it is. And then I'm going to show you how cute it is to add a, what's it called? A gift card inside of it. There we go. And one more. Ta-da! Here we go. Aren't those colors just so pretty on here? And don't tell anyone, but I made a little mistake here on my paper. So what are we going to do? We're going to cover it up. That's what we get to do with paper. We can always cover it up somehow, some way. Okay, and then have a little card here. Just pops in there. Just like that. I think it actually goes in. I think it's getting stuck on my ledge down at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. So it goes in a little bit better. See how fun that is? And then we could even pop Celebrate over here if we wanted to somehow. But I have it there, so I'm kind of good. So that's just really easy way to make a really fun thing with this market bags. Super cute. So thanks for hanging out with me and letting me share that with you. I think it's important to be able to see these things. Thanks for watching this haul, this unboxing. Be sure to check out the links. Be sure to check out Obed's book on SBC Fest. And oh, the possibilities for adding something to the front of this, right? It's just all here. I'm trying to grab my other sentiments here, or the birthday wishes. It's so fun. Lots of possibilities. So check that out and let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and I'll see you in the next video.